Let me be brutally honest. If you are building mobile apps, launching software as a service products, or running a digital business in 2025 and beyond, and you are not mastering AI, you're falling behind. I've been building mobile apps and digital products for almost a decade. In the past 12 months, I feel I shipped, I iterated, and I delegated more than in my whole career. And that's not because I got smarter, but because I learned how to use AI properly. So today I'm breaking down the 12 most valuable AI skills that completely changed how I operate, ship, scale, and build digital products. These are the new compounding skills that every founder, entrepreneur, and person who actually wants to build something should have. Learning a new tech stack, or in this scenario, a skill set, should start from the foundation. So let's talk about how you can use properly AI and the tools, not just for Googling stuff, but actually using it as a strategist. Most people type in stuff into ChatGPT like they are Googling. Help me with this, help me with that, find me this, find me that. That is acceptable on the most basic user level. You need to start treating the prompts as it would be a strategy brief. Every prompt should have the full context, the who, the why, the what, and the expected output, so the tool knows exactly what you actually want to achieve from it and not giving you positive false results. Let me give you an example. When I need to create a tech spec document for a potential new client, I don't write me a simple spec. I would write the following. You are a senior mobile engineer. Help me write a technical specification document for and the industry of the app that it's about, and the users are from and the user description. Second sentence, include architecture, API structure, database structure, and proposed native or cross-platform solutions. Create a comparison table which solution would be a better fit, and detail out all the small problems that we might face during the implementation. Extending the prompt will help you have less work later. This is not going to be perfect either, but at least it did 80% of the job or more, and then I just need to refine it and finish it up. The second tool that we can use is AI automation. Everybody spends hours on tasks that are just draining the energy and they should not even exist. Summarizing calls, copy-pasting notes, creating Jira tickets, so on and so on. Now, with this new bubble, we have tools like N8N, Zapier, or Make, which would be able to help us if set up properly. A simple automation would be using AI as a note-taker tool and collecting and processing the notes accordingly, so it's not going to be forgotten and just left there without attention. Once the meeting is over, you can have an automation where this will be recorded to a specific folder. The action items might be able to be turned into a follow-up Jira ticket with subtasks, so you're not going to forget about them, and it even can set up the deadline for the next meeting if available. These tools can actually help you enable scaling without too much effort and too much investment. You only need to do it basically once, and then adjust it as you refine the process. Taking automation to the next level, it's where AI agents come into the playground. AI agents are very powerful when we have a clear structure of instructions, and the tasks should be more complicated than just a simple please do this or please do that. If set up properly, an AI agent will be able to help you with more complex tasks, for example, understanding the Jira ticket, checking out the design, checking out the related code base, and based on all the context that it will get, execute an implementation of a feature or something similar without problem. It can automatically validate the result based on a set of rules that we already predefined, and it can iterate on its own until the tool will consider it that it's done. These agents can help you get rid of repetitive decisions and make your life easier. It can eliminate context switch, and it can actually help you understand a context which you are missing because you've been working on some other stuff. By the way, before I tell you the next skill that will just make your life easier, may I ask you to hit that subscribe button? it would mean the world for me. Speaking about context switching and missing information, retrieval augmented generation comes into play when you want to build a huge knowledge base about a business, about your own life maybe, or for just the family, and you want to have a tool which will be able to reply with actual facts from that context. Connecting ChatGPT with Google Drive, Gmail, the calendar, with Notion and other tools will unblock a new set of questions. AI will be able to reply to you back with context-specific replies for context-specific questions. For example, finding an empty slot in a month in a team calendar will be much more easier because it can find the specific hour where everybody is available. Or having a question about a technical decision which has somewhere in Confluence a technical documentation, now it can be just one question away because AI will find it way faster and it will give you the exact reply that you actually need. This will turn AI from a general assistant into a subject-specific, and this should be a no-brainer when you're building a product and multiple teams are working on it. Texting with AI is just the beginning. We saw how easily it can be connected with different type of file storages, so why not use actual files when you're communicating with it? I used this feature many times to get a summary of a document which is 100-page long or even more, to get actual actionable next steps and what I'm concretely interested about. Newer models can process almost every single file type, so you don't need to worry about if you have a Figma file or you have a coding file or you have just a simple presentation. You feed in and you will be able to work together with your AI assistant to generate the next version faster. This is about prompting experience and not prompting just a simple text anymore. You will see that there are currently multiple solutions to the same problem. When it comes to uploading file or connecting to Google Doc, it can be almost the same. The next idea I'm sharing is basically cloning your brain for leverage. It's very similar to give access to your file structure, but it has more. Creating a custom GPT can act as a second brain and basically clone yourself into a junior person who will almost be able to do the same thing. You can use it for basic operations and can help you, for example, with meal prepping or training prepping or different type of repetitive things in your life, but simplified and tailored to your specific needs. You can teach the custom GPT to actually sound like you, how to reply to emails, how to create scripts, how to generate ideas, and what are the needs that you actually want to fill with it. It should be very specific to one single problem, and if you need, you can create multiple ones. You can create a custom GPT, which will help you with your meal prep every single week. There are multiple tools that can be used to create one. OpenAI has a simple GPT builder. It has similarities to automations, but this is just simplified and tailored to one specific problem. Now we are diving into a little bit more futuristic AI stuff, but having an AI voice assistant or a voice copy can be beneficial in different cases. There are tools like 11 Labs or similar that are basically changing the way how content is created nowadays. AI can help you generating some scripts, and it can actually read the full script without any errors that I might do, and can actually help you generating an avatar as well, so you don't even need to show your face when you want some specific content. This can be used in multiple places, like just simply generating some faceless content, or it can be actually used for a demo video where you are shy to present the stuff yourself and you will generate the voiceover while you are actually showcasing the product that you created. This tool is very powerful for solo founders and for the people who are actually just getting started. It can bootstrap some of the content creation part on the initial phase and can help actually to move faster. As we are approaching to more complex scenarios, every tool now has AI integrated into it, but they are not integrated that smoothly between them. So setting up a more complex server where all your tools are talking to each other can be priceless, because you will just simply have a place where everything is there. Building a backend system where you have all the informations connected and can route the request to the specific tool that you will need for that specific problem, it can actually save hours of work. In this world of new information every single day, this can help you not to have a decision fatigue, and it can actually free your brain from small decisions that you need to make. Currently, we are seeing that AI is trying to find its place in the digital world. It's easy, it's on the laptop, and it tries to mimicate the actions that people are doing on laptops. Creating content was never easier because it just helps you with a lot of ways. One of the tools that I'm taking advantage of is an AI-based video editor tool, which helps creating from long format videos, short format ones, and it helps with automatic captions as well. But captions, repurposing, and editing can be very beneficial to speed up the process and ship as fast as possible. In a world where people are doing a lot of things, this is very helpful in order to save time on the editing process, which is my bottleneck of creating content. Even before AI was this popular, there were already tools that were basically calling themselves no-code development. Now this thing just got crazier. You can now simply create a product over a weekend with just simply talking with a chatbot. Talking with a chatbot like Lovable or Cursor, you will have the chance to generate the idea that you always wanted to do but never had the courage to do it, or the money, or the skill set. Now it's just between you and the chatbot, and basically you can talk it through, discover it together, and iterate it together. These tools can help to generate an MVP very fast in a few days, and basically get it ready to a stage where you would be able to ship it, release it, and see how the market would react on it. These tools have integration with all the necessary things like payment provider, database, servers, and so on and so on. You just need to connect the dots, you need to drag and drop some of these items and make it yours, and you're ready to go. Once you're this deep into AI, you need to have some guardrails as well to make sure that your tools are not hallucinating, are not wasting tokens, and are performant, and they are actually here to help you. Tools like Prompt Layer, it's here to help you and secure your AI infrastructure. If you're serious about AI in production, this is a must, so you're not going to wake up with a bill that it's so ridiculously high that you're not going to be able to pay it. And lastly, if you are using AI, make sure you are up to date with the news. This field changes every single week. This video might not even be relevant in a year because everything will be changed. Most of the tools that we are using today were not even on the internet a year ago or maybe 2 years ago. So be careful which are the tools that you are actually using, you're investing into it, and make sure you always have an exit plan in order to replace a tool with another without a stretch. Before committing into a tool, test it out as much as possible. Use the trial period as actually genuinely you would use it on a daily basis, and try to learn and actually even suggest some bug fixes for the developers as well. Execution is really important, but adaptation will be even more important when a brand new tool, a cheaper one, a faster one, and a better one will come out. If you are a product developer, a mobile engineer, or a solo founder, an entrepreneur who is building digital products, mastering AI in 2025 and beyond, it won't make just your life easier, it will help you to move 10x faster, reduce your mental clutter, and help building, scaling, and figuring things out without actually burning out. If you need help setting up some of these tools, you know where to find me. I would be more than happy to help you simplifying your mobile development process and your product development process. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.